In the top right, we have Saykoya in black playing Nuru. Nuru's special ability allows her to summon a unit at double the cost, but summoning a unit in the middle of the map is ridiculously useful, and it's sometimes worth the double cost. Meanwhile, in the bottom, in greenish, we have Tenri. Tenri's amazing ability to move a unit is actually also incredibly powerful and can lead to game-ending situations or just really good plays. It can also be used to remove a unit from the board. We will see which of these two commanders or champions are victorious. Mastro came in number 3 in the last World Tournament and has gone as far as number 2 in the world. Meanwhile, Saykoya was number 1 in the last World Tournament and is the reigning world champion. However, speed-wise, Mastro is known for playing a little bit slowly, while Saykoya is known for playing very fast. It might well be that Saykoya is able to play better, faster, and beats Mastro on the clock. Let's find out what happens in this amazing game. So both players have gone for a very different opening. It seems that Mastro is very, very rapidly front-switching their commander, going to, not even front-switching, they're just going horizontally. Normally, the commander goes vertically, so we should have seen Tenri somewhere over here, attacking these villages. But Tenri is actually challenging Nuru directly, going for villages in the bottom right corner, which is very strange. It means that Mastro is sort of giving up all pressure in the top for the time being. Mastro will also be able to snipe this village if they want, or they might go for this one instead so that an errant harpy doesn't decap it. I don't know. This is very strange. That sword can totally just be killed by Nuru. Maybe we'll see a knight come in to defend that. And yeah, sure enough, Mastro snipes this village. I don't even know what's going on with Mastro's strategy. It looks a little bit wonky to me. But if we take a look at the economy, Mastro's doing okay. I mean, they're not behind. This is an interesting knight position. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it is threatening to crit Nuru if Nuru stands here and kills the sword. However, it is not threatening to crit... excuse me. It's not threatening to crit Nuru if Nuru simply stands here and hits the village. So Nuru can probably get away with hitting the village in this situation. Yeah, just looking at the economy, I mean, being 200 up in the opening phase is correct. Each player should be 200 up every single turn. And, like, we can immediately see Saykoya's response is going to be capture, capture, probably capture, maybe attack, which would put Saykoya 200 gold up. So everything's pretty expected right now. There's nothing really unusual happening. But I have to say, I do like Mastro's position a little bit better. Though they have a decision to make right now. Do they heal their commander or build knights? Because they can't do both. Yeah, they went for a cheap build, so they're probably going to heal their commander. And they choose to heal at the bottom. That's interesting. Because it means Nuru can attack on top, basically for free. Like, there's very little threat to Nuru doing that. Yep, and Saykoya immediately goes for it. Zero hesitation. That was pretty expected. And sure enough, Saykoya captures these villages and is now, as I said, 200 gold up. So yeah, this is pretty typical for the opening. What's really interesting, though, is what happens next, right? Because Mastro has the ability to flip and capture this village, evening the economy. And then it's a fight after that. Like, do one of these commanders attack each other? Do they keep positioning? Who has the lead? Where? It kind of gets a little bit interesting, and players have to decide whether to dedicate to this front that goes along the left of the map, or this front that goes along the right side of the map. Alright, it's Mastro's turn. They did decap this village, but chose to capture this one first, so that their sword would then cap this way, and could continue moving up the map. Very, very, very pathing efficient. I like that. Mastro decided to attack this sword. That's a perfectly reasonable-ish attack, I guess. It's technically efficient, but this sword is sort of stuck here now. I mean, I guess it can run away heal here, maybe? Unless this sword decides to, like, cut it off. I don't know. I don't like that attack. I think that attack was just not worth it. But Mastro wanted to do something with the sword, keep it distracted, I guess. Keep it from, like, getting to this village for another turn, maybe. I don't know. I don't think that attack was worthwhile, but it's just me. Meanwhile, Mastro still has not decided what to do with their commander. They built another knight on their commander's side, so they're being very aggressive into Nuru, which I like. But they can't really capture this village, because Nuru can just keep decapping it for free, getting groove. I mean, Nuru already has 60% groove. Well, Tenri's only at a lowly 20%. Even though Nuru's groove charges faster, Nuru has a village kill, Tenri does not. This means that Nuru is way ahead on groove, putting Tenri in a not great situation. Mastro probably doesn't want to capture this village, probably can't. And Nuru's not really threatening anything, so Mastro might just back up here. That looks like the best play. But Mastro does not want to do that. Mastro just dives into Nuru and gives Nuru a seemingly free mage crit on the sword, though a knight crit is protecting it. Wow. Can Tenri die here? I don't think so. Yeah, there's no kill on Tenri. It's 25 plus 20 plus not enough. You'd take some very high rolls to pull it off. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out this mod in the background. Wow, meanwhile, Saykoya committed to attacking the sword. But that makes the play good. It means Mastro can finish off the sword and make the trade worth it. I wouldn't have done that. Well, no, I guess actually it's not a bad decision, because it forces it to be an even trade. So it benefits whoever's winning. That's not bad. That's not bad. Meanwhile, it looks like Nuru's deciding to back off, not getting baited by the mage crit. Well aware of the knight. Maybe. Saykoya might still be deciding. I'm pretty sure they know they can't do that, though. Unless they want to, like, counterattack the knight with Nuru, but I don't think that works. So this means that Mastro's bold play let them hold this village, which is good for economy. I mean, if we look at the economy now... excuse me. It's Saykoya's turn, but Mastro's ahead on economy, which means Mastro is winning right now, technically. We will see this village getting flipped, but Mastro was ahead for a little while and has a ton of gold, which they can use to convert to a big advantage and get themselves like a dragon or a golem or something really nice. Ooh, this pike is not in time to defend this village. We can see it go down to the knight, or this village. But Nuru's sort of defending that one. We'll probably see Mastro take a village here, growing their lead even further. And this pike coming out will defend the... Yup, there it is. And this pike coming out will defend these villages from this oncoming knight. This sword is probably going to retreat, and I bet this sword just either goes back and heals, which it probably should do. I mean, Saykoya just made the trade better. It can just go back and heal. Or it can trade itself for this sword and reduce Saykoya's unit count on this side, which could also be good if you want to, like, stall Saykoya out. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what would be better in this situation. Whether you want to just trade unit count or heal your sword and say, hey, look, my trade was more efficient than yours. Go weaken one of your villages. We see the dragon coming out from Mastro. Very, very nice. That dragon is going to give Mastro the ability to completely gain control of anywhere there are no mages, and there's only a mage here. Which means that Mastro can pretty much just, like, run over the map, being like, hey, left side of the map, I have a dragon, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. It also means that the mage has to be very careful, because if it lets itself get taken out by anything, the dragon has free range. Now, Mastro did weaken themselves a little bit by going double swords, which was the only way to afford the dragon. Dragons are very expensive. However, excuse me. That's kind of okay. They can afford to do that. Mostly because the dragon is just so much value right now. One thing I don't love, though, is all of these swords in one pike. Can that really defend against two knights? I don't know. Especially not if Nuru goes over there. But Nuru might be pinned to the stronghold right now. I mean, Mastro's threatening knights and dragon on the stronghold. And there's no defenders. Can Nuru really afford to leave? It's hard to say. All right, well, oh, wow! Mastro going for another village! And it's absolutely the right play, because if Nuru can't kill Tenri, first of all, and if Nuru tries to trap Tenri, the mage just dies to the knight, and the dragon's invincible now. So yeah, that was completely safe. And look at the economy right now. Saykoya's economy is bleeding. On the turn that Mastro gets a dragon, Saykoya will be able to attack this village, grab this village too, and get Groove, which will help against the dragon. Nuru can, for example, spend 800 gold to summon a mage that can then attack the dragon. The mage costs 800 gold, and it does only a little more than 800 gold of damage to the dragon, but it's still worth it, because you now have a 400 gold mage in a great position. So that is one of the ways Nuru can stop a dragon. It's also really good because it allows Nuru to threaten kills on Tenri. Mastro will have to be a lot safer. No more of those shenanigans now that Nuru's on the field. However, Mastro clearly has a knight crit lined up on this village. This sword can be hit by this sword. This sword can cap it. Unless, I don't know, maybe the dog blocks. The dog can't even block. Yeah. So, like, Mastro still has a very, very, very nice turn lined up. Even with Saykoya just recovering economy, again, if you're behind at the start of your turn and even at the end of your turn, you're losing economy. I don't know if I love this from Saykoya. It looks like they're getting ready to be able to push down here, but this knight is out of position. This knight is out of position. These units are kind of getting zoned. I think that Mastro wins this fight. I think Mastro can just keep fighting down here, because Mastro's very, very, very strong here. There's two knights. There's the dragon. Tenri is a little bit weak, but there are a lot of swords that can cover a little bit. Yes, Saykoya basically had a decision to make. How far do I push forward with the pike? Decided not to push very far. Where do I put the mage? Do I let the mage get taken out? The answer is no. So Saykoya won't be reclaiming these villages, which means they won't exist to distract Mastro. Mastro can ignore them, effectively, or capture them for free. This sword is in a perfect position to capture this village, and that means this knight, it doesn't have to decap anything. It's free to join this fight. So ultimately, Mastro's probably just going to ignore this village, capture this village, move the knight over here, crit this village, attack this sword, heal Tenri like here, and just be totally fine. Well, probably I might take a little bit longer than that to figure all that out, just because Mastro takes a while on their turns. But I couldn't have gotten this position. I could not have gotten the position that Mastro got. I don't know what they did or how they did it. Like, creating this position is what Mastro is amazing at. Like, I don't think anyone else could create this amazingly solid position against Saykoya, where you just have these winning plays, right? Mastro is doing so good. So good. Like, yesterday, nobody could beat Saykoya. Nobody could beat Saykoya. And today, people are at least giving Saykoya a run for their money. And Saykoya said that they want to try to hold the #1 spot so that they can end wargroove 1, both by being the champion and on top of the ranked ladder. Which they could do. They're good enough to pull it off. Alright, and Mastro did pretty much exactly what I said. Except they haven't healed Tenri. They're considering attacking here. I mean, this is such a solid position. Attacking might be okay. I'm just looking, because, like, Nuru smacking you in the face does as much damage as Nuru grooving. There's not really a surround you have to worry about with all this stuff. So yeah, it would be Nuru attack, sword suicide, mage and dog. That could theoretically kill. Yeah, and Tenri's low health, so I think attacking Nuru would be fatal. Yeah, you die. You die. You definitely die. So you can't attack Nuru. Mastro probably knows that. I hope they know that. It would be pretty sad if the game ends and they just attack Nuru in this position. But no, Mastro is freaking. They came in #3 in Worlds, and at their height, they've been #2. Like Mastro knows they're not gonna make that mistake. They're not gonna attack here. We're probably just gonna see Tenri get healed on this village. Tenri could also try to capture this village. It's just silly. Like, you don't You don't need it. Yeah, yeah. Alright, so decides not to heal, but moves here instead, liking the position a little bit better, I guess in case Nuru tries to attack into this. And it also lets them go 1, 2, 3, 4 and heal on this village and get a turn of regeneration. That's even better. Yeah, that's even better than what I was saying. It's positionally better. It's more gold efficient. That was an even better optimization. I like that. I like that. That's a very Mastro thing to figure out. That's very good. Meanwhile, Linei in chat is saying they trust Saykoya's ability to hold on. Yeah, this is true. Saykoya, but I don't think Saykoya can hold on in this game because Mastro's just dominating. Like this is an insanely massive lead. This is an insanely massive lead. Like Saykoya would have to get like a lethal or a stronghold backdoor or something, or Mastro would have to seriously blunder because like Mastro is so far ahead right now. They're so far ahead. Like, if you look at the economy, right? Mastro's 200 gold ahead on Saykoya's turn. That's pretty bad. And the way they did it is they have this village and this village, right? They have this village on both sides of the map. So strictly speaking, Saykoya should own one of these, usually this one. And Saykoya doesn't. Saykoya does not own this village. Plus, Mastro had that super economy burst turn. They've got a dragon on the field, which is forcing Saykoya to have mage coverage on everything, otherwise the dragon just eats their position. And even with mage coverage, whatever mage isn't protecting, like for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, that's protected. Saykoya's pretty good about protecting things, actually, but still, it freezes Saykoya a lot, like it controls what they can and can't do. Saykoya's trying to bring in the knights now, because Saykoya doesn't really want to fight over here. Saykoya wants to like make their army very mobile, maybe go for an attack, go for some kind of play, right? Counterattack Mastro. It looks like they're almost trying to bait Mastro into a fight here, because this is a very Saykoya thing to do. Just put like a really weak unit, like, come on, kill this really weak unit. You won't. You won't. I bet you won't. And just try to like get your opponent to start a fight where you want them to. And it's really interesting because even though Mastro has Knight, Knight, Dragon, Tenri, and some swords. Some swords? This is the problem with Mastro's army. There's no mage. There's no pike. There's no archer. No wagon. No dog. It's just big units and swords. That's it. And this is something you'll see Mastro do a lot. They like to make super cheap swords and surround them with powerful units. And it has its weaknesses, right? It has its weaknesses because if you play like that and you start a big fight, once you lose your powerful units, you've got nothing. Wow, Thief coming out from Saykoya to try to take back the economy. That's a brilliant move, recognizing that this village is vulnerable and should be Saykoya's. The Thief can take it back in the most gold-efficient way possible. Well, sort of. And steal money from Mastro. It's so great. It's so great. Now Mastro has to defend this village or take the hit from the Thief. And then once the Thief deposits it, Saykoya gets 300 gold and then can use the Thief again. This is why Saykoya is so good. Even though they're behind, they're like, okay, I don't need big powerful units. I'll spam pikes. I'll build a Thief to take back my villages. I don't need a knight to do it. And, like, they're still in the game. Oh! And they couldn't even kill it. They couldn't even... the sword got baited, and it couldn't even finish off the other sword. Wow! Such a... hashtag Saykoya things. I don't know if I should just, like, make this into a short or something. That's such a Saykoya thing to have happen right there. That's a very Saykoya thing to have happen. Just bait your opponent into attacking a sword on a river that's like -2 defense, and then it lives with 1%. Oh, pain. Poor Mastro. So now Mastro's kind of got to decide what to do. There aren't any more obvious plays. They're winning, but Saykoya is making threats, right? They're saying, I've got a Thief. I'll take that village back. Then we'll be even. You don't have a very diverse army. All you have is swords and some big units. I can counter that with mages and pikes. I will. I'm Nuru. I can build whatever else I need, right? So Saykoya is basically saying, okay, nice opening, but I'm still in this. And that is such a Saykoya thing to do. That is really well done by Saykoya. They're able to just take these massively losing positions and just say, no, I can still play this game. Mastro, however, is recognizing what they're doing and responding appropriately. A golem is a really good answer to how Saykoya is playing. These cheaper units won't be as effective against it. And Mastro will be able to bring that in and threaten the stronghold. So it's really nice. Meanwhile, I love how Mastro has this one pike just surrounded by swords. And the idea is if the knights go into it, one of them will get hit by the pike. It's so funny. It's like this pike has bodyguards of swords. And they're just like, all right, protect the pike. Protect the pike. We got to keep the pike safe. As long as we keep the pike safe, the knights won't attack us. If we protect the pike with our bodies, we won't be in danger. It's such a weird mentality, but it's true. The knights can't attack the swords as long as they're protecting the pike. Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, Mastro just put Tenri into a forest. A relatively nice, safe forest. And I think they're just going to hole up here. There's really no reason for them to advance. There's no way for them to advance. You can't really charge a bunch of knights into pike spam. Yeah, Mastro has nothing to attack the pikes. That's the problem. They don't have anything to hit pikes with. Are you going to sacrifice your dragon for one pike? I don't think so. This is just not happening. Yeah, so Mastro's stuck now. And this is one of the things that Saykoya does. You have to fight pike spam. How do you do it? Knights don't... swords? No, that doesn't work. I could sacrifice my commander? No. And there go the pikes. Their purpose is not to get rid of this village. Their purpose is to scare off anything that the thief could possibly take this village. And if Saykoya wants to, this is something else they could do. They could use the wagon or something else to move the thief elsewhere on the map, threaten a different village, and just have the pikes drop this. So Saykoya is giving themselves the option to do both. They can take this out if they need to, or they can steal it. One weakness to this strategy is it means these pikes are not here, so it could give Mastro a turn to attack if they want to. But realistically, they can get there quickly enough. Saykoya is thinking. Saykoya is thinking. They are taking Mastro amounts of time. Like, Saykoya was making fun of Mastro for being slow earlier, but now Saykoya is stuck being slow, because they have to think about it. Yeah, it just takes out that was rough. That was really rough, that 1% thing. So, that sword just got baited. They shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't have gone in. Saykoya loves baiting people with that trick. Meanwhile, Saykoya's got some decisions to make too. For example, these knights could, like, run over here and hit things, but probably won't work so well with these. Just these two pikes kind of stop it. However, if Saykoya really wanted to, and this is probably what they're thinking about, it could, like, walk over here, summon a mage, have it smack the dragon, and just dive into this position. Like, boom, with the knight, and then just bring down everything. The problem is there's no follow-up, and it's not really a very Saykoya thing to do. Like, Saykoya might make the mage to hit the dragon, but then lose the mage. It's not efficient enough for Saykoya, and it involves too much calculations. But I think they're in a position where they have to do some calculation, because Mastro is going to win, unless Saykoya responds to what they're doing. I think the thief is a good response. I think zoning this village is a good response. Mastro cannot stop this. There's nothing Mastro has that can stop this. This stops the dragon. These stop the knights. This makes the village decap really good, and this takes it back. Like, Saykoya has everything they need to perfectly take this village, go even with Mastro, and actually reclaim some gold. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And meanwhile, Mastro can't do anything. Because there's no anything on this side of the map. Mastro didn't build anything there. So they can't do anything. Mastro's just kind of stuck. It's like they had this great opening, but now what? And look at Saykoya's army. They've got pike, sword, mage, knight, wagon, Nuru to build something else if you need it. Like, Saykoya just has this much more adaptive army. And Mastro's just countered. There's nothing they can do. They can't advance. That's the scary thing about Saykoya. You could just have this dominating opening against them, but somehow there's nothing you can do anymore. It's like magic. Alright, so Mastro has decided that they do want to try to contest this village and stop the thief after all. They've decaptured a village with Tenri and given themselves groove. This will make the fight against Nuru much better, and they can even yoink and kill the thief with Tenri groove if they need to. I really like that, because a thief that steals from a village is technically worth 1,000 gold. Killing it gives you 300 gold. The unit is worth 400 gold, and if that thief deposits, it gives your opponent 300 gold. So killing a thief is worth 1,000 gold, making it the most valuable kill on the map right now. If the thief does steal from the village, Mastro can use groove to eliminate it. However, keep in mind that even though the thief is worth 1,000 gold after it steals, it still only cost 400 gold to build. Meaning Saykoya would have been able to stop Mastro's groove for the cheap cost of 400 gold. That seems pretty worth it. Also, take a look at Mastro's clock. They are running their clock. They don't know what to do. They're running out of time. It's not the best situation in the world for Mastro right now. They really need to start kind of moving it along, or Saykoya will just win on the time. Mastro is choosing to keep their dragon relevant, and where Nuru can summon a mage to kill it, but in the middle of the map. I think the idea is Mastro wants to start threatening these side villages over here, especially this one, which the dragon can one-shot, and is starting to position their units more aggressively. However, Mastro has still split their forces too much, and their forces are swords and pikes. So there's not really much of a threat on this village, as long as Nuru keeps the knights nearby. There's just not much going on here. I think the swords are preparing to decapture this village, or attack this sword if it tries to stop them. That looks good. I think that's Mastro's best plan here, to use the swords and the pike to sort of kill this sword and maybe take this village. And the dragon will stop one knight from going over to stop it, but not if it's accompanied by a mage, and there's a whole rock, paper, scissors, shoot thing. But the idea is Mastro is making 2 attacks. One of the attacks is designed to try to stop this thief steal, and that's all of this. And the idea is, though I don't like that the dragon's not in range of that at all. That I don't like. A dragon picking up a stray pike on the side here, it would be possible to do that and then protect the dragon, right? So I really don't like that the dragon's not there, but Tenri could always groove it back, I guess. I think the dragon would have been better in this play than on this play. But that's a very finicky, dragon-y thing that maybe only I do. So I don't know. I don't know. That could just be my preference. Alright, now I can focus fully on commentary. Let's go. I think it's not as even as a game as Sneaky's making it sound. No answer to Golem, and Mastro has much more mobile army to front switch. I don't know. If you take a look at the economy, it's pretty close to even. The unit count is also pretty close to even. And Mastro was a little bit, you know, Mastro has barely any pikes. I mean, and Saykoya's got like balloon tech, wagon tech. Mastro's just now getting their balloon archer. Saykoya's already had it. Nuru can build whatever she wants. They decided not to go for the thief. The thief derped over here, and the pikes were used to decap the village just to keep the eco even. Saykoya is bleeding economy, but they now kind of have their army, right? Like, Saykoya's got the pikes. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pikes over here to counter the 3 knights. And another balloon archer position, so that if the knights did front switch, the pike would get there first with an archer, and Saykoya's own knights could follow them. There's 3 mages, which is enough to cover for 1 dragon on this map. You can generally cover for 1 dragon with 3 mages in this kind of position. The idea being that there's a mage for every kind of section of the map that a center dragon could go to, zoning it out, And if the dragon ever did dedicate it to one section, you have the middle mage to go back up. So yeah, Saykoya is fine. Saykoya is fine. Not only is Saykoya fine logistically, but on time, Mastro is, if you look at their clock, on 37 minutes. I don't think Mastro can... Ooh, they didn't get it. Well, yeah, 8 village. I don't think 2 swords. He kept that. But Mastro is doing work on this village, just trying to pin it down, trying to keep Saykoya down on economy. I think the golem is really, really good, and that could be the difference maker. I do agree a golem is a big deal into Saykoya's comp. But ultimately, Mastro still doesn't have a way to end the game. That's the thing. Who's the first player again? So the first player is, actually, Lina, I don't know what you mean. First player, you mean player 1? Mastro is player 1. Yeah, Mastro's player 1. Alright, huge advance on the left side. Mastro is determined to take this village. Maybe this one too, unless Saykoya dedicates to stopping it. Meanwhile, Mastro's trying to consider if they can go in on these pikes or not. It's a little bit hard to do with an army of knights, but it is possible. Like this knight, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could crit this pike, but it'd be a little funny to do. We could also see things like, for example, Tenri could come in and then start sword critting things. Like, captures this village, sword crit here, you know, just to try to start a fight or something. But ultimately, I don't think Mastro will do it, because this just doesn't work. And wargroove is always there, like, just ready to summon whatever you need. So I think Saykoya will get this village back, but they're probably going to lose this one, which will let Mastro keep the lead. And Mastro is starting to, it looks like, become a little bit more aware of their army comp weaknesses. They've built a mage, which they just didn't have. They've got the archer balloon. They've got the knight. They're saving gold, so they could still do a big build when they need to. It'd be like maybe another dragon or a golem. Probably a golem in this situation. I do like dragons, though. And the fun thing about dragons is they eat pikes for breakfast. So, for example, if your opponent has a pike wall, you could... that actually will lose you the game more times than not. Maybe I shouldn't say that's something I do, but I usually lose when I do it, so never mind. You could send 2 dragons into a pike wall to break it, but wow, Saykoya's attacking. Saykoya determined that Mastro is a little weak this turn. The archer has not arrived yet. But they went for a questionable night crit. You see, night crit on Forest Sword is not great. You effectively need to deal 130% damage to the sword. And a night crit on a sword would deal, well, a lot, but not that. Like, so a night crit to a sword is effectively 1.5 times 95 average damage. Right? 1.5 times 95 on average, which is about 142.5. But then you lose 70% of it to the forest, so the real average is 99.7. So it's a coin flip whether or not it kills, and on top of that, the odds are not in your favor. So the sword being at 1% is exactly what's supposed to happen, kind of. Actually, 99.75 given rounding, it might actually be slightly in your favor. It's hard to say. But yeah, well, 1% is pretty probable. Pretty probable. It's not great going for night crits on swords. Might change in Wargroove 2. In Wargroove 2, that might be different. Maybe night crits will kill swords in forests now. Don't know. We'll find out in Wargroove 2. Oh, wow, and the thief went in. The thief went in to steal from this village. We might see wargroove here. We might see wargroove, because this is the perfect time to cripple Mastro's dragon. If wargroove goes off, it could stop the dragon from participating in this fight. And look at what Saykoya does. Look at how annoying this is. You've got the thief. It's protected by... And an archer is guarding the river, so anything that tries to hit it from, like, over here, like this knight, for example, will face the archer. Then on this side, well, that's Saykoya's territory right now. and then there's a wagon protecting it, and then a knight protecting the wagon. And then we're probably going to see something put here to protect the knight. I don't know what yet, but like this is just so good from Saykoya. And remember, they didn't even kill anything. They didn't even kill anything. They just failed to kill a sword. That's it. That's it. They failed to kill a sword. But this is still a big attack because the thief stole from this village. This was not a village that was supposed to flip. Flipping it now gives Saykoya the economy advantage all of a sudden. And this is a really good fight for Saykoya because there are only knights here. There are pikes. Mastro respected Saykoya enough not to attack, but failed to respect Saykoya enough not to realize they were going to be attacked. Line, this is why I was saying before that it was an even game. There was this massive army comp difference, and Saykoya is really good and knows how to take advantage of it. Saykoya choosing to hold on to groove, not using it. This is a very mature play. There's a very mature play. I think any one of us would have grooved here, would have gone for the hit on the dragon. I'm not even sure it wouldn't have been wrong, honestly. Maybe Saykoya should have gone for that. But not doing that allows Saykoya a couple of things. It allows Saykoya to put Nuru in a very safe spot, and, you know, you still have to be careful, Tenri groove and all. So Nuru gets to be in a very safe spot. Nuru gets to have groove and threaten that. Saykoya deliberately only built Dog Mage in order to hoard a ton of gold, so that next turn they'll be able to summon something big if they need to. Probably not too big. I think at most maybe like a knight or something. But still. Yep. Line gets it. Line gets it. Yep. Thyme, pepper, lemon, cinnamon tea. I don't have many of those things. Pepper. Pepper in tea? Interesting. Alright, Mastro is starting with the obvious moves, taking this village, which of course you do in this situation. Saykoya chose to abandon these villages, so naturally, Mastro's going to take them, and probably positioned to take this one as well. Mastro wants to keep their economy lead as much as possible. No. They're sort of going for this one next, it looks like. Probably going to heal this sword. Maybe like there, so that this sword can't decap that, or maybe they don't care if this sword decaps, I'm not sure. Yeah, Mastro is basically saying, oh, this knight, okay, it's threatening to crit this village instead of this one. It would need help to crit this one. I would have put it there and threatened to crit this village, but whatever. Anyway, Mastro is running down on time. They're spending too much time thinking about little things. So I guess just putting the knight somewhere is probably right. Oh! We do see the dragon. We do see the dragon be used to take out a pike. That was a thing that could happen. And it's perfectly safe. This dragon cannot die unless Nuru grooves. It's also, on top of that, being protected by the golem. We see Golem's sword finishing off a knight. That sword is going to die, but there's not a big threat on the golem. Still, I don't know if this was a good play by Mastro. There are all these pikes, like, and they use the knight to take out the village. Okay. But I still think they're going to get overrun by Nuru's army. Remember, most of Mastro's unit count is up here. All of Saykoya's army is here. By taking these villages, you're basically telling Saykoya, you have to attack me. So Saykoya will attack. Saykoya's going to attack. There's still 3 more pikes. There's 2 knights. There's Nuru with groove. And the thief just stole from you. What do you do here? I don't see how Mastro continues this attack. It was a little bit disrespectful. This golem probably can't go down, because Nuru would have to groove just to damage the dragon. If you ignore the dragon, there's not really a knight crit on the golem. You're just going to have to suicide units into it. Like, one thing we might see is a knight hit the golem, but not do anything else, just to make it weak enough that it can't kill something on its own. That might be something Saykoya does just to continue the attack. And yeah, I really think Nuru should have grooved, should have summoned a mage to hit the dragon. Because even though the dragon could just heal, it would have stopped that pike from going down, would have stopped the knight from going down. And now Nuru still can't kill the dragon and probably has to groove for it anyway, I don't know. What's interesting is whether or not Tenri grooves here. Like, there are a lot of possible targets. Tenri could snipe the archer, for example, which could really hurt Saykoya's ability. Could snipe another pike. Actually, I don't know if you can snipe a pike, because where would you put it? The problem with Tenri groove is if you want to kill something, you need a unit that can kill it. And Mastro is sort of realizing, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that doesn't count, 7, 8 pieces here. Maybe I could summon one more? Saykoya has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Saykoya has twice my army. And that sword is just dead. Like, that sword is dead. The golem's gonna get hit by something. This mage is gonna come in and recapture this village. I mean, this wasn't a great attack. This wasn't a great attack. And Mastro's realizing this. And they're not sure what to do. Like, all Mastro had to do was back up. They had to be like, okay, all you did was hit a sword and steal from me. I'm gonna back up. Maybe use Tenri Groove to kill the thief. You know. Because 1,000 gold. Why not? Just back up, let you have this territory, build some things that can actually fight you, and recover villages here. But Mastro's like, no, I'm not going to do that. No. And Tenri's not grooving either. I think both of these players are holding on to groove too much. Like, they're respecting groove too much. It's good in the sense that it's forcing your opponent to think and waste time. Right? But, I don't know. Still, I don't hate it. Looking at Mastro's final position, I don't hate it. This archer is in a really nice spot to snipe pikes. That's going to deter them a little bit, right? It's going to deter this mage coming in a little bit. The knights are not really hittable. The only one that's targetable is kind of this one. But, I mean, we could see like an archer get summoned, hit this, and then clear, and then this comes in and hits it. And then suddenly Mastro's lost half their army. I don't know. Knowing Saykoya, they wouldn't commit to a full attack, though. What they're probably going to do, what realistically we're going to see, is Saykoya's going to move the pikes ever so slightly forward, kill his sword, something's going to hit this golem, just to damage it a bit. Maybe we see Nuru finally groove, summon a mage to hit the dragon. Maybe that happens. I don't know. Probably not, even. And then just swords come forward and cover stuff. That's something we might see. I really do like the mage coming with these swords up here, because it means that this tower can't defend it, right? As long as the mage is here, you could build a dragon. It wouldn't matter. The mage could stop one dragon, right? Like, there's just not enough here to stop this. And that will let Mastro continue to hold economy. It looks like Saykoya has a lot of money, but if you look at the eco, Mastro's still up. I mean, Mastro's doing great on economy. Mastro is winning economy. All right, now, Saykoya is massively ahead on time. And unfortunately, I think Saykoya is just going to win on the basis that Mastro has trouble playing the game at a reasonable speed. Well, I say reasonable. Mastro plays the game very, very well. I mean, like, Mastro plays amazing and probably can make incredible decisions much faster than most people. I mean, Mastro's freaking number 3 in the world right now, you know? But compared to Saykoya, relatively speaking, Mastro's just not as fast. I don't think anyone's as fast as Saykoya anymore. Saykoya is like the fastest player. I think they've overtaken Shu as the fastest player in the world. And it's kind of hard when you struggle on the clock to fight the fastest player in the world. Looking at this, and I really, really like what Saykoya did here. But what's more impressive, like I said, is that they did it quickly. They immediately decided, I don't want to fight this. I would have spent a lot of time thinking about it, but they were just like, yeah, I don't want to fight this. Mastro positioned well. They did a good job. I don't want to fight this. I don't need to fight this. I'm just going to go over here and attack Mastro's stronghold. And just boom. Like, the archer hit the sword just to damage it a little. And Saykoya didn't overcommit. Saykoya didn't try to kill the sword or take it down, but just put the balloon in a place where, oh, the mage is busy over there doing shenanigans. Great, my balloon is invincible. It's protecting the archer. And this sword protects the archer on that side. You can't kill the sword no matter what you do, even with suiciding this. You can't get through this pike either, so the sword is safe. And then they just move their whole army, and suddenly, Nuru with Groove is threatening Mastro's stronghold. And this is why Saykoya is amazing. This is why Saykoya is amazing. They could be just losing in the opening, but boom, they just push you off, take the center, and then take your stronghold. This is exactly what they did to me. This is like classic Saykoya. They just build this army that you cannot fight, push you off just enough, and then while you're distracted taking the sides, they take center and just win the game. And I don't even know how Mastro is supposed to defend this. I mean, they've got to run. Mastro's like, gotta run back and try to defend this now. One thing, though, one thing that's a little spooky is possible lethal threats on Nuru, right? Because there's a very powerful full health sword suicide, for sure. Then there's this sword suicide here. Then you have Knight Pike, and then you have Tenri Knight Crit, right? So there is potentially lethal on Nuru in this situation. There is potentially game-winning lethal on Nuru in this situation. I'm gonna do the math a little bit real quick. Let's see. Let's 15-ish. Let's say this is 12 damage. 10 realistically? Yeah, let's say 10 damage, an extra 3, so you're at 87. Knight comes in, you still forest defense, so I want to take, what, 30% of 30 damage away, which is like 10 damage, so let's say you do, I don't know, 21, so now you're down to like 66 or something. Pike comes in and smacks you. It's close. I think it would even be in Saykoya's favor, just back of the mind. Quick calcs. A lot of people would have used the Wagon Thief to get money. Yeah, I know. Most people would have Wagon the Thief back. But this is the thing about Saykoya. Saykoya likes to keep their options opened. But they never commit to any one thing. They never commit. They don't get stuck on like, oh, I plan to do this, and so I have to do it. No, they're like, well, I have this wagon here, and I have this commander, and your stronghold looks very delicious. I don't... Ooh! Interesting. Rather than trying to lethal Nuru, Mastro might be trapping Nuru. That could be even more effective. Yeah, I don't think you can stop that. Oh, Mastro, big brain. Not lethaling Nuru, but trapping Nuru. That could work. Can it work? I don't know. The archer makes it very hard. I'm not sure if it's possible. Because you put, like, a wall of knights here, so she can't go this way. You're okay with her going this way, because you'll collapse into that direction. How do you stop her from going up? You put, like, a knight here, I guess? Attack this sword? And then there's not really anything that can remove the knight. The archer's not enough. Put something here, too, and a pike here. But the problem is, if you put the knight here, and the pike here, and sword here, you can still crit the pike and then take it out. So I don't think it works. You can't trap Nuru. You can't trap her. She can just get away this way into the balloon and fly to safety. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about this dragon. I think you just gave Nuru a dragon for a knight. And I don't think it was necessary, because the knight wasn't threatening anything. It couldn't get to the stronghold this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It couldn't do anything. I guess it stops the knight from threatening crits on the stronghold, so it makes defense easier, but... Wait, does Tenri save the dragon now? Oh, Tenri saves the dragon by killing the mage! Oh, let's go! Oh, wow, I've been playing Tenri so long I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's brilliant! That's brilliant! You groove the mage to save the oh, wow! I love that. I love that. And now this wagon is trapped, by the way. This wagon is trapped. Mastro trapped the wagon, add insult to injury, and is now defending the stronghold with the knight, which I think is pretty secure. Wow, I love how Mastro did this. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of time. Most of us would never have found this play. But Mastro was like, well, I can kill the knight and then just groove the mage out of the way and super back it up. That was so good. That was so good. That saved the game right there. Wow. Mastro. Oh, the plays. Did you see that? Did you see that play? How much does Saykoya have in the bank right now? That's a good question. Saykoya's been saving for quite a few turns. They do not have enough to summon a golem. They do not have enough. In order to summon a golem, you need 24,000, not 23. I think the only person who realistically ever threatened a golem was in my match against Shu, the 3-time world champ. I saved up enough to summon a golem, to threaten them, to force them to defend the HQ. And I think Saykoya was going for something similar, but they didn't have enough money. Like, they needed a little bit more gold, and they overspent. And the thing is, though, even if they did summon the golem, I don't think it's enough. Because with this dragon play now defending the HQ, even if you summon a golem and had it smack the HQ, Tenri could stop it. Right? But it was a good attack. It was a good attack. I don't think I would have defended this well. I don't think I would have defended this well. I think I would have panicked and done something stupid. But Mastro found this amazing continuation. The only question is, they find it quickly enough. Because Mastro is down on time. Right? This is a huge time deficit of like 20 minutes. And Mastro's still not done with this turn. Just attack the frickin' village already. Attack with this sword. Heal this sword. There you go. Alright, don't heal. Whatever. Now heal this sword. Move these units up. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on. Mastro can't hear me, by the way. They're not actually on stream. It's just, I know what they need to do. And that's how I'm able to predict the future a little bit. It was actually kind of funny. There's one match I had. I predicted everything my opponent was going to do before they did it, so that I could prepare to fight against them. I wish I could do that more often, though. I can't do that to Saykoya. Saykoya is unpredictable. This is because Saykoya doesn't have a plan. Saykoya does not have a plan. Saykoya's plan is to ruin your plan. That's Saykoya's plan. Oh, but this was beautiful. This was a beautiful continuation by Mastro. So well done. So well done. They're up on unit count. They're up on economy. They're up on army value. They're up on everything right now. Mastro is just winning. Built another mage. And Saykoya only has one heir, but I still agree with this play. It's good to have 3 mages on this map, because your opponent could always... And they're even shutting down future heir. Like, what's Nuru do now? We could see Nuru, like, try to collapse on this position. Maybe, like, just send everything over there and try to recover this tower. Maybe. But if Nuru did that, their stronghold would be vulnerable. And Mastro would just march into the stronghold and take it. Like, this was a perfect play. This was a perfect play by Mastro. Using the dragon to kill the knight and then grooving the mage out of the way was genius. I don't think I've seen anyone do that. I've never even done that. Like, if you want to talk about Tenri, using Tenri to kill commanders, I'm the best at that. Using Tenri to kill strongholds, Searing Blight is the best at that. But I think using Tenri to kill army, Mastro has just become the best at that. That was amazing. That was so good. Look at this position. Look at this beautiful, beautiful position. It's so good. You can't attack it. Nuru has groove, doesn't do jack, and there's nothing you can do. And unfortunately, Saykoya's gambit in saving gold for 2 turns. Yeah, they've got a lot of pikes, but that doesn't matter as much anymore when your opponent is threatening you with a golem. When you don't have economy and you need knights to take it back, right? Having a lot of pikes is not good in this situation. The only thing it's good for is stalling the game out, and Saykoya is probably just going to try to play for timer now. And this wagon is dead. There's no way this wagon can escape. Like, there's just nothing that can kill this dragon. Right? The only way the wagon escapes is if this archer hits the dragon, Nuru grooves and uses a mage and sacrifices it to kill the dragon, which isn't worth it, by the way. You lose more than the wagon is worth doing that. And Nuru can't escape. Like, just... Alright, Saykoya's attacking, which I did not expect. I thought Saykoya would fully retreat here. Just try to reposition, just try to play for time. I don't know if I like this. This is just kind of continuing to fight. Is it good? Because, I mean, this village is going to go down. It's going to go down. I don't even know if Saykoya can stop that wave now. And Mastro's got, like, so many units now, they can kind of afford to do this. And once these units take this, they'll march on this village. Right? This tower is shut down. Saykoya can't even build air anymore. Any air would immediately go down to the mage. Saykoya is locked out of air, right? They're losing villages, and they can't really afford to dedicate much to stop it. Interesting balloon position. Questionable balloon position. I mean, that is where you put the balloon so this mage can't hit it. But what are you doing? Alright, there's the groove. There's the groove. A ballista? Saykoya is doing it! Saykoya is killing the dragon! Oh, that's hilarious. Saykoya used the ballista to do it. So, a ballista, for those who don't know, is Saykoya's signature unit. It's a unit that almost no one uses. First of all, because maps make it incredibly difficult to use them, otherwise they'd be broken. And second of all, because they're also very weak, in addition to being broken. They destroy air units within a certain area, but they don't do much else. And they're also very expensive, and it takes them a while to get them into position. So normally, by the time you'd get a ballista into position, the game would be over. Which is why they're considered, you know, weak units. Nuru would need a ridiculous amount of gold to summon one into position, thereby eliminating the weakness of having to walk it for miles. But Saykoya just does this. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about this. Saykoya is trying to stop the threat to their stronghold by threatening Mastro's stronghold. And it's interesting. It's letting them reposition a knight to retake villages here. It's letting them kind of cut this off from the rest of Mastro's army. And it's forcing Mastro this way so that Mastro sort of loses the ability to attack. Positionally, this might be the best thing Saykoya could have done. And better yet, with a ballista here, absolutely no air can fight in the zone. This is an anti-air zone. So the balloon can't come here, the harpy can't come here. If they do, it's just going to die. And this ballista can, if it gets one tile forward, if it just moves one tile forward, it can start hitting the stronghold. It can start hitting the stronghold every turn. And technically speaking, ballista damage to a stronghold is enough to overcome stronghold regeneration, so you will eventually win if you keep attacking it every turn. Really good ballista here. I mean, I don't think anyone other than Saykoya would have even attempted this. Would have even considered a ballista. And now Mastro is probably going to lose on time. I mean, the right thing to do here is just work around the... Honestly, throw a bunch of mages in range of ballista, not care. Attack if you can. Wow! Okay! Mastro's like, haha, very funny. I see that you built a ballista. I'm going to ignore it and attack into you. Which isn't, honestly, the wrong thing to do. You kind of want to threaten Saykoya's HQ as long as you can keep your own safe. I'm a little worried about that as long as you can keep your own safe part. But, I don't know. And Tenri should work towards another groove. That is a noble goal. But the question is, now what, right? I mean, like, do you send your golem up here? You could. It's not even bad. Alright, that sword's gonna die. I don't know if that was worth it to kill that weak sword there. Yeah, like this archer position is really solid. They're like the Mastro's archer's out of place. You want your archer right there. This is the best. These two tiles are the best archer tiles in the game. And Saykoya has a ballista and an archer there. It's like, oh, goes for sword crit archer hit. Doesn't take it out, but does good damage to the wagon. Mastro really wants to take down that wagon. Kind of like, curse you and your wagons, Saykoya. You could have just night crit it. Not that that would have been good, but... Alright, so we might see the golem come in here, hit the pike, or this pike. Or just finish off the wagon. Probably not that. It seriously isn't terrible for Mastro to fight here. They're well up on economy. They're well up on unit count. Even though a lot of that unit count is up here. But they're spending too much time. The first thing Mastro should have done was fix this situation, right? They shouldn't have even thought about this until they did this. So, like, mage on the mountain. Heal this sword. Don't heal the sword. Send the sword down. Take out this village. Capture this village. This is worthless because there's a ballista here. And just retreat everything else. Or keep it up there and force Nura to dedicate, because actually Nura is going to crit this village. Yeah, actually, so the pike needs to go over here to stop that. Yeah, so pike here, you down, take that. Ooh, nice! All right, wow, using the mage and the knight to clear the pike, so this knight can come in and hit the archer. Nice plays! Nice plays, that's really good. That's really good. I mean, these knights are dead. These knights are totally gonna die. Well, this one is. That one might be okay, actually. Yeah, that one might be fine. This is a really big, very scary push into the stronghold. Mastro could even, like, balloon a mage here if they want to. Just to make the attack better. But the problem is your own stronghold is being threatened. And this is the reason I don't like this. This is the reason I don't like this. Because it doesn't protect your own stronghold at all. Right? You have to respect the Ballista Knight, Archer, Pike, Nuru thing. Nuru alone could take down a stronghold if you give her like 4 turns. Boom, 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 it's dead. With Ballista support hitting it every turn, forget it. You know? And that guarantees the damage to the stronghold will stick. It won't be able to regenerate with a Ballista on it. Yeah, Mastro needs a golem here. Mastro has to build a golem here. There's zero question. You build a golem. If Mastro doesn't build a golem here or here, I mean, here is also fine, because I think it takes the same... Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, yeah, here is better, because it can enter the fight more quickly than here. So yeah, if Mastro doesn't build a golem here, they're making a mistake. Just... Yeah, there we go. There we go. What did I say? What did I say? Like, just that had to happen. There was no question that had to happen. If Mastro is going to make this attack, which is good as long as this is safe. As long as this is safe, this attack is good. And the Ballista is also amazing for this because one of the most common strategies to protect your HQ is to use air walls. But you can't use any air walls with a Ballista, right? It one-shots every kind of air unit except Dragon. And if you let a Ballista hit your Dragon, that's not great. Yeah, the Thief is slowly coming back. That's pretty funny. Master's trying to figure out whether or not they want to balloon the mage into this mess. Because they totally could. They could go for like a passive dump and just put the mage here, and then have it get ready to attack a pike, right? Or they could keep the mage here in case you need it to remove this balloon. Which could be an issue. Alright, they just walked it up and then used the balloon as a blocker. Which is kind of good. It's kind of good because if you want to kill this balloon, a mage either has to stand here and die to a knight, or stand in front of the stronghold, die to a knight, and then expose that part of the stronghold. So it does force some things to happen. It does force... It is a little bit forcing, in the sense that it will make you play like that. Also, this knight, you know, it's going to get pike crit. My biggest problem with this is these 3 pikes. I don't think Mastro has enough to clear the pikes. Because this knight is going to go down, and then... Once it does, some stuff can come in here, hit this mage. And then you're fighting in a very awkward... And the Ballista is zoned on all of this, to be clear. The Ballista can join this fight. Like, this ballista positioning is so smart because it's threatening the stronghold, it's threatening to defend, it's just got this amazing coverage. Don't get me wrong, Mastro's playing well. I like what they did. I think the way they went about it is very good, as long as this is safe, and I think it is, right? Because if you go in with the balloon and try to cover it, the golem will clear the cover, right? Immediately, without thinking, Saykoya knew exactly what they were going to do. Kill the harpy. Kill the balloon, right? Zero question, these are good trades for mages. You have no more air. Your air is gone now. Now Saykoya is thinking a little bit. Oh, gets the night crit on the golem. That's brutal. And now Saykoya wants to see if they can remove this knight to clear a mage. Because if they can clear a mage, then that reduces the heals on the golem. And this attack is just done. Oh, they use Nuru! And that's it. That's the thing about Saykoya. Like, okay, yeah, you defended the stronghold well enough. I don't need to worry about that now. Sword crit time. Kills the mage. Ballista hits the other mage. And Mastro's attack is just gone. But Mastro is up on economy. Mastro's up on economy. If Mastro had 1,000,000 years to play this game, we wouldn't be watching it, because that would be really boring. You see, that's the thing people always make the mistake about time. They say, oh, well, if I had more time, I would win. But, well, yeah, if we had 1,000,000 years to play, no one would play wargroove, because it would take too long. You know, you've got to be able to play the game in the time you have. You just have to. Even these timers are a little long. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's another weakness. If you take a long time to think, your opponent can also spend that time thinking. Your opponent gets your clock, too. Saykoya shines when he's behind. Yeah, I mean, frick. Like, just look at this map. This balloon is invincible. It can't die. It can't die. There's no mage that can hit it. This mage can't kill it. This sword can't die. What do you do? What do you do? Mastro is just routed here. Their army is too split. Their army's here grabbing corner stuff, here defending the stronghold, and here attacking. Meanwhile, Saykoya has just had one consistent death blob, and they've been finding play after play after play. I didn't even see the night crit on the golem. That was good. Mastro just doesn't have enough. And Mastro has 13 minutes left. I mean, despite their massive eco lead, right? And this is a massive eco lead. They are so far ahead on economy. It's just not much that can be done. Yeah, we see the golem coming in. He wants that ballista. Mastro's like, oh, that ballista. I'm going to get that ballista. Yeah, Mastro's just got to back up here. Mastro's just got to back up. And has to do it quickly, too. That's the thing. With 13 minutes left on the clock, Mastro just needs to end the game. Interesting choice. I'm not sure if it's good or bad to attack this. You might actually just want to ignore it, because the mage is shutting it down, right? The mage completely shuts it down. You have to spend a lot of turns, healing, and gold to take it out with swords. It's probably better to just take this village, really. And Saykoya will eventually be able to deploy things against this, right? So I guess the idea is you take this and then maybe build a dragon and supplement your attack. He can't hurt, but... Mastro's just got a death ball. He's just got to get his army together, regroup. I mean, Nuru is... Given their groove charges, their groove charge level is about the same. Capture limit win cons. Yeah, capture limit win cons are interesting. I don't like them because I'm bad at capturing things. People who are good at capturing things tend to like them. But I don't think it would be good for wargroove. Because in wargroove, attacking villages is a little too free. Like, you can just hit it with some... You can crit it with a knight, and you've captured it, you know? Like, it's a little too free. And sometimes you get into, like, FDA situations, sometimes you get into situations where You know, your opponent gets like this one small advantage and it leads to massive village captures. And you could create a map where, what is capture limits? So capture limits is the idea that if you capture a certain number of villages, you win the game. You just win the game outright. It's adding another win condition. Generally speaking, the reason it exists in Advance Wars is because Advance Wars is a very grindy game. And having a certain number of villages assures you the win in like 30 million hours of play. So in Advance Wars, there's this thing where if you just capture enough villages that you will eventually win in all probability, you win. It's very different than Wargroove. Wargroove, you have more options. You know, it's a little bit more swingy. Like you just saw with Saykoya, who was losing, but then had this massive HQ attack. Then Mastro strikes back, then Saykoya strikes back. In Advance Wars, it's kind of like, you break my wall and I lose. But it's slow. Like, taking a village in Advance Wars, to give you a difference, taking a village in Advance Wars, you have to get an infantry unit on it, just to decapture it from your opponent. You have to get an infantry unit on it, and then they have to jump on it for a few turns to take it away from your opponent. They got to stand on it, on that tile, so your opponent can just point like artillery on it. They have to stand on that tile and jump on it. And it takes at maximum, I think, a minimum, 2 turns to take down, sometimes longer. It is just, Advance Wars is slow. And that speeds it up a little bit. But the thing is, with Wargroove, you could have a bunch of villages that you got all in one turn. Like, you could get a bunch of villages all across the map in one turn in Wargroove and still be losing, as we're seeing right here. Mastro is losing, incredibly, despite having a million villages. Alright, we see Saykoya is finally dedicating some stuff to fighting over here. And this isn't a bad time to start dedicating, because you don't want this village to go down. If you lose this village, or this tower, your opponent can start deploying in the face of your barracks, which can get a little hairy. It could force Saykoya to dedicate a lot more army over here, and they don't want to do that right now. Saykoya wants to keep their army defending the HQ and attacking the HQ to keep sort of pressure on Mastro. And they're really being aggro, too. Like, this attack, there's no threat. This attack is not threatening the HQ. Nothing's even in range of the HQ. You could hit it with a pike. Who cares? You just regen that, you know? The ballista still isn't in HQ range. This whole thing is just to confuse Mastro, basically. To not give Mastro the ability to get more villages, to not give Mastro the ability to grow their lead, and just to force Mastro to fight in a fight that Saykoya thinks is to their advantage. And it sort of is, right? Like, what can you hit here? Realistically, nothing. I mean, this knight is chained to this pike. So if you use the golem to take down the pike, well, it's going to get knight crit, you know? But still, there's knight crit on the pike, which is not super efficient, but you could, like, knight crit the pike, kill it, then protect with the golem, kill a dog. But that's it. Your attack is over, you know. Maybe put Tenri here and sword crit that dog, you know. But then your attack is over, and you've put a knight, a golem, and a sword in danger of being hit. You're playing into Saykoya's archer, you're playing into Saykoya's ballista, you know, like... And that's kind of where Saykoya wants you to be. Meanwhile, Saykoya's like, oh yeah, you could take this village, go on, take it, I dare you. But really what Mastro needs to do is not think and just attack. Mastro has a ton of gold. They could build a golem every turn, and they need to do that. Oh, okay, yeah, they use the knight to take out the dog. Not what I would have done, but that works. Now you can still knight crit that, actually. So that's not bad. That's not bad. And I like the knight here because Nuru can't just outright kill the knight. It's a little tricky. No! Stop thinking! Mastro, you're thinking. Bad Mastro. Move your pieces. Move them. Good. Now knight crit. Go, go, go. Knight crit. Come on. This. Here. Not the tile you should have done that from, but it's fine. Should have been from this tile. Because now you're allowing this knight crit in. For no reason. Okay, put the sword there. That's fine. That's fine. Now you want to, like, balloon Tenri and a pike over here, right? Tenri here, pike here. I think that's safe. That looks pretty safe. You have ballista hit, minor archer, Nuru hit, knight. Actually, that might kill you. Yeah, don't do that. that might actually get you killed. Yeah, no, Tenri should just walk over. Tenri should just walk over. Maybe balloon like the pikes here. Sort of force the ballista to run away. I mean, if you put a pike there, though, the mage will crit it. So maybe balloon one pike here. That could work. Uh-oh. Did Mastro not calc the commander thing? Okay, they're doing two pikes. They're doing two pikes. But that's fine. That's fine. But just move faster. Okay, they did drop two pikes. The mage is going to crit that one, but the knight can maybe get revenge. So it's okay. It's okay. Move. Move. Your pieces. Go, go, go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're out of time. And this is the thing. Mastro just can't play quickly. They don't know how to play quickly. We see Saykoya in chat. Mastro, I want to reach turn 25. Come on. There's the golem. Good. That was the right build. And a knight. Good. That was also the right build. You are building the right things. Just attack stuff. Okay, Tenri's going this way. That's fine. This is sufficient to stop Nuru. Hit this village. Hit it with your knight. Do it. Do it. It's just like, come on. Move your pieces, Mastro. Come on. I'm rooting for you. Saykoya's gonna win. You can win this game. You just need to play it. You just need to put this here. Put this here. Come on, come on. I'm gonna move it for you. Come on. Come on. We're just gonna drag it over there. Attack. No! Alright, fine. That's not terrible. It's not gonna... I can live with that. I can live with that. That's fine. End your turn. No! End your turn! You don't need this! End it now, then! End your freaking turn! There we go. Alright, Saykoya has no money, but they don't need money. Yeah. Just archer, sword, boom, boom. Can this mage crit kill this sword? Yes. Should it? Probably. I told you that would happen, but to be fair, Mastro did not have time. Now it made sense. Is Nura actually gonna fight this? Can you fight this? I guess the swords make good blockers, because Mastro doesn't have a lot of clear, just this one archer. Yeah, this is probably fightable. I mean, Saykoya's got clock. It makes sense for them to use it, right? Good sword crit. Very nice sword crit. Mastro's objective is just kill units. I would have healed that first, but I guess you're short on funds, so that makes sense. Now Nuru hits this, probably. Oh no, Nuru's dead, right? If she hits that? Because it doesn't go down. And yeah, you would die. That's not something you can do. Saykoya is probably realizing this now, but Nuru would die if she hit that knight. I think even Mastro could calculate that lethal in time. Nope! Yeah, that was not in danger of dying. That was too tanky. Yeah, this is a pretty sloppy attack from Saykoya, considering how much time they had to think about it. And I expected to see something like block this off, but it didn't happen. So now there's like a knight crit on the mage. Nuru hits that knight, she's dead. I want to be clear about this. I think even Mastro can calculate that lethal in 8 minutes. Oh, Saykoya gets the thief deposit! Let's go! If we take a look at the map, they're still massively losing on economy, but that thief deposit will really help things. And it's like I was thinking about what to build now, and whether or not to attack. The answer is no, you will die, but, you know, go for it. Maybe Mastro won't see it. Maybe Mastro won't see it. Like, I mean, it's just super obvious lethal from where I'm sitting, but I'm the lethal person, so, like... Though lately I've been missing stuff. Like, but it's because I've been trying not to play like that anymore. I've been trying not to play with lethals because I know that even though I can lethal most of the player base consistently, like on a daily basis. Okay, yeah, Newer ran away. That's the correct move. But that's why I said this was a sloppy attack, because, like, Knight crit kills the mage, you know, you could get Golem into this Knight, you could probably find a way to hit the Ballista if you're determined enough. Actually, I see a way to hit the Ballista. Boom, boom, boom. You've hit the Ballista. And you can still hit the Knight or the Mage if you want. Like, actually, you can even use the sword. Use the sword here, Golem here, right? Like, you got so many options. I hope Mastro doesn't spend too much time thinking about all those options. Just do them. Just do them. Go. Good. Good. Attack stuff. Yes. No! Don't... no! Don't kill your commander! Block off the bottom. Can you even... oh no, is Mastro dead now? Is Mastro dead now? No, 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 no. And I said move quickly, I didn't mean kill your commander! Mastro's probably realizing that they just did that. Oh no, alright. Okay, at least you're moving more quickly. I'll take it. Good! Not ideal, but alright. Now hit this with the Golem. Good! Now freaking eliminate that Ballista thing. Come on. Hit the Ballista. With this Knight. It's not hard. Yeah. Yeah. No, what are you doing? Hit the Ballista. Hit the freaking Ballista. Okay, that's fair. But you could have done that from this tile and still hit the Knight, but whatever. Alright, kill the archer. Come on, come on, come on. Good. Now put this Knight over here so you don't die. Just put here, heal. Put here, heal. Come on. Just drag it over. No! Mastro doesn't see it. Mastro doesn't see it. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe Saykoya won't be able to pull it off. Alright, good. That makes it better. That makes it better. Put the mage here. Just do it. Just put the mage there. Just put the mage here. Come on, come on. Please put the mage there. Please. Because I see what's gonna happen. I see what's gonna happen. That might be good enough. That might be good enough to stop it. Yes, yeah, I think that stops it. Okay, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Oh, I was getting a little worried. So, the reason I was panicking is because Saykoya could jump their commander into this balloon and surround Tenri. By putting their commander here, or something else here, and then just trying to kill Tenri that way. But I think it's fine. I think Mastro did this sufficiently correctly. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. Alright, Saykoya's thinking about it now. They're thinking about it. I mean, the first thing I would immediately do without even thinking is crit kill this, Knight kill that. Or maybe, you know, move the archer here, then hit it, and then, yeah, that's actually a little better. Archer to the forest tile, hit that, Knight kill the mage. Your position is secure now, and you can sweep these units. I would start with that. Or maybe Saykoya wants to, like, make Mastro not think about this. So, they're, like, if Saykoya's playing time games, right? If Saykoya's playing time games, they don't do that right now. But if they're not playing time games, the first move should be nyet, 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 nyet. And then, I don't know, build a mage or something. Saykoya's probably calculating whether the surround still works. It doesn't. At least I don't think it does. Because you obviously need commander on the bottom to hold it. Otherwise, it would go down to the frickin' night crit. The problem is, it's gonna get night crit, and having your commander get night crit when you're trying to surround a commander is death. So I don't think it works. I think this knight is doing a really good job of stopping it. Like, you get night crit and commander hit. On road, you're down to 10%. And there's... So, like, you can't put Nuru here, right? And what else are you going to put where? You know, ooh, wait. Oh, no! The cursed amount! Saykoya was trying to get the golem to 41%, so it would be useless, but they got it to 40, and now it's maximally useless. Saykoya actually did not get the roll for once. You used up all your luck against me, Saykoya. Frickin' coin flips and whatnot. Mastro is winning. It's just a question of whether or not they can close it in time. So Saykoya's job is not to defend. What? No! What? But you're just opening up that to be hit. Maybe that's deliberate. Maybe Saykoya's trying to bait Mastro into fighting more? That's trippy. Maybe Saykoya's trying to create a situation to make Mastro think as much as possible. But then, why would you... No, I think that was just a mistake, because then Saykoya should have done that last, if that was the goal. Yeah, that was just a mistake. That was just a mistake. That was just a blatant mistake. I think Saykoya's starting to realize they probably lost. This was such a good game. There were so many moments where I was like, oh, Mastro's got it. Oh, Saykoya's got it. Oh, Mastro's got it. Oh, Saykoya's got it. But yeah, this is a game against Saykoya. This is the problem. Mastro was ahead against Saykoya all game. All game, Mastro was ahead. But Saykoya just kept clutching it back. You can't beat Saykoya once. You have to beat Saykoya like 3 times to beat Saykoya. It's like Saykoya's one of those bosses with an extra health bar. Oh, wow, and I didn't realize it, but this knight is kind of stuck. Like, it's got nowhere to go, legit. Because the forest, it's locked in. Wow, that was actually really good. I would have attacked the knight, but this is actually better. Now, Mastro's actually right to lock it in, because it can't really do much damage to anything either, and now it's stuck. Oh, Saykoya's going for it? Move your other units first to make him think more. It's funny, I'm always on the side of whoever's losing. Now that Saykoya's losing, I'm on Saykoya's side. You don't want to do that yet. You want to move your other units first so that he's got more to think about. You're letting him think too much. You're playing this wrong, Saykoya. Yeah, Lionai's right. We're in the end of Mastro's Saykoya's third boss phase. Can Mastro end it? Alright, well, while we're waiting for Saykoya to actually use some of their clock... Oh, okay, drop there. Oh, yeah. You're going for, like, the partial surround, where you're not actually surrounding them, but you're putting enough threats around them that they have to think about it. That would be better if you had more threats. That is... I guess it'll force some calcs, if nothing else, but, I mean... Tenri hits sword, mage hits balloon. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is good because it'll make Mastro a thing. Now Saykoya needs to end their turn as quickly as possible. Probably build, like, Pike, because the knights are coming in this way. So, Pike Knight? Yeah, I would build Pike Knight. Because the knight could quickly join in here if you're going to try to kill Tenri, and... Yeah. Kill the unit count. Pike Knight. Pike Knight is what I would do. Dog Knight. Okay, yeah. I guess they didn't have enough for Pike Knight. Dog Knight, that works. Alright, Mastro has 6 minutes to win the game. Now, what Mastro should do, I want to be clear about this, is just freaking attack stuff. Golem, like, start with the stuff in the back. Golem, sword, boom. Okay. Knight, boom. Knight, boom. Archer, boom. Hit stuff. Hit that. Move your knights over here. Get them to threaten the stronghold. Oh, I'm in trouble here? Okay, I know fight. Run. Just run away. I don't need to fight you. Run away. Alright, great. Hit it with something. Hit it with something. Okay, great. Yeah, crit that one now. I would have attacked... Alright, I don't think there's the lethal here, but That's RNG! That's RNG! Why would you go for an RNG lethal? Why would you go for an RNG lethal in this position? You could just... I mean, it could work, but it's not guaranteed. Like, I wouldn't have gone for this. Yeah, then that's why. That's why you don't go for this. Nuru lives on 1%, which is what made sense to happen. Like, of course Nuru was going to just sacrifice your golem for that night. Do it. 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 Come on. Stop thinking. Now Mastro's going to be sad that they didn't get it. Okay, good. Good. Really good. They didn't hesitate. They didn't let that distract them. Good. Take out this pike. Just take out the unit count. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's fine. That's not as good, but that's fine. Now move these units forward. Attack. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. You shouldn't have attacked Nuru at all. I don't even care what you do. It doesn't even matter. You don't even have to play correctly. Just attack everything in sight and you win. Just... this is hard to watch. Is Mastro gonna do it in time? Is Mastro gonna do it in time? They only have 4 minutes of clock left. 4 minutes? Come on. Why? That's not what attacks that. Okay, fine. Finish it off. Good. Good. Don't even move that sword. It's a sword. It doesn't matter. Okay, that is useless. Don't even think about it. Dragon. Build a freaking dragon. Just build a dragon. Don't build anything except a dragon. Just build a dragon. Come on. There we go. End your turn. End your turn. No, you don't. The sword is never gonna matter. Why would you? No, don't. Oh my goodness, I'm getting way too into this. All right. The first thing Saykoya is going to do is look for lethals on Tenri. Hint, there are no lethals on Tenri. The next thing Saykoya is going to do is retreat their commander into this balloon and keep them in the balloon because... No, actually, I think you just heal on this village. Yeah, you just heal on this village because the commander is a good body block and you want to try to not lose. All right, good strike on the golem. Finish it off. Just... Well, actually, no, there is reason to delay, because you want to see whether or not you can take this out. You have a thief to take it out. Just use the thief. Yep, got it. This retreats, heals. Go on. Go on. It's not hard. Good place. Good place. Now, Nuru runs there. Heals. Yup. I guess you hit this mage. Maybe you crit this sword. Okay. Yeah. Yet. Yeah, I don't know if you go for the mage or Tenri here, just to slow down Tenri a little bit. No, Tenri almost has groove. You don't attack Tenri. You don't attack Tenri. Give her groove for free. It's probably not a good idea. Go on. Thief steal from the village. Thief steal from the frickin' village. Saykoya, you're giving Mastro time to think. Just kill the frickin' mage. Good. Now kill the mage. The reason Saykoya wants to kill the mage is because Mastro did not build enough anti-air. So Saykoya can just stall lord the game with balloons. And I don't think Mastro will figure out how to stop that in 4 minutes. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. However, since Mastro captured the tower, big brain play, recognizing your weaknesses, Saykoya only has 1 balloon. The funny thing is you need a full health mage to kill the balloon. Like, literally, all Mastro should do, each turn, Mastro should not do anything other than this, is build golems and dragons and attack villages and units with those things. That's it. Nothing else should be moving. Good. This now. Move the dragon. Okay. Fine, you got groove. Move shit. Attack. Come on. Go. You don't need to kill that! I guess you kind of do if you want, like, another dragon this turn. Okay, fine. Fair. The dragon was going to hit it anyway. I think you could one-shot it with the dragon, but that's fine. Just go. Go, 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 go. Yes, yes! Okay. Good. Attack things. Perfection doesn't matter. Just attack things. You got 3 minutes. You've already lost 1/4 of your time. Good. Good. Move them this way. Move them into the HQ. Attack this dog. Good. Good, good, good. Come on, come on. Just move it. Move, 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 move. Go, 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 go. You got this. Good! Good! It doesn't matter if it goes down. Just do damage. Run the sword right into that archer. Don't even think about it. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about... Don't think! Good heal. Golem here. Golem here. Come on. Come on. Just move the golem. Move the golem. This is hard. This is hard. This is Mastro's biggest weakness. It's not Saykoya. It's the timer. It's the timer. Okay. End your turn. End your turn. Don't move swords! Oh my... They don't... I think Mastro's got this. I think Mastro's got this. There's a night crit on Tenri. That's funny. You can't kill though. No, there's no kill. Alright, so Saykoya was like, alright, how do I stall this for another few minutes? There's gotta be a way. If I could hit that mage, everything works out. But how do I hit the mage? And now Saykoya is realizing, oh poo, I don't think I can hit the mage. Yeah. You could... There's no way to do it. Saykoya can't hit the mage. Chooses to crit Tenri instead of the golem. Alright, just finish it off. Finish it off. Finish it off. Finish it off. Finish it off! The thing is, this mage is still alive. And as long as this mage is still alive, the balloon can't block. Okay, it can block the top side, but that doesn't really... Yes, Saykoya is giving two sides. This is GG. This position is GG. Yeah, no, Saykoya screwed up. Saykoya screwed up. Nuru had to stand here. Nuru had to stand here. Yeah, Saykoya screwed this up. Okay, Mastro, you can win this turn. It's really easy, alright? 1. No! No, that is not part of winning. That is not necessary at all for winning. Just 1. Okay. And then... Huh. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe it's a little harder than I'm thinking, because you need to kill the dog and break the village. No, but you have this knight. Yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, groove, 4, win. Yeah, that's it. This knight hits here. This knight hits here. This golem, it's here. You groove this golem, and it hits there. And you win. That's it. Just 4 moves. 4 moves, and you win right now. You win right now. Come on, come on. You got this. You got this. 4 moves. 4 moves, and you win. 4 moves, what are you doing? Oh, my voice. What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't even need to do anything clever. You don't even need to win. You could just groove a golem there. Attack, and end your turn. No, what's Mastro doing? What's Mastro doing? I don't understand what happened. I don't understand. They're spending 2 minutes just thinking, but you just move. Move your units! Even if you don't win this turn, just groove a freaking golem there and smack it and you win! Oh my god. What's happening? Did Mastro freeze? What's happening? Are they gonna lose on time? Is Saykoya actually gonna win this? It's game! It's right there! Oh, wow. Wow. No! What are you doing? Why? Just attack! No! Attack! The freaking... Oh my... End your freaking turn! Just end it and you win! End your turn! Okay, hit it! Just hit it! Oh! 18 seconds left! It did not need to be that complicated. Oh! Mastro wins. Mastro wins. Oh, wow. Mastro was just heavily overthinking it. Like, okay, I gotta kill the balloon, And here's the knight and the sword. You only had to move 4 units. You only had to move 4 units plus you didn't have to do it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm making fun of Mastro a little bit. But honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do the big army fight stuff that Mastro did. The opening stuff that Mastro did was incredible. This is the problem. Mastro is like a supercomputer. They can calculate these amazing openings, these incredible attacks and continuations. They basically beat Saykoya 3 different times, but they just can't do it quickly. It's like the first world champion Ash, who was like this incredible player, but took hours to make a turn. It's like, oh, wow, GG, that was so good. Mastro is so good, just a little slow. Oh, but, oh.